Hey everyone, it's SerfaBoy here. Today I'm bringing you a guide on how to super easily get your 10 special planetary materials for all 3 exotic swords. The method we'll be using involves the exploitation of loading zones within Destiny. This is how it works. If you're in Area A and collect a node, it starts its own internal cooldown where it begins disappearing. But if you race toward Area B and activate the load zone, it cancels this animation. Then, if you turn around and go back to Area A, you'll be able to gather the resource again. So what we're doing is trying to find 2 loading zones that are close together. If they're too far apart, you won't be able to activate the loading zone before the node disappears. It's also a good idea to make sure that the node is close to the entrance or exit of the area. You can do this by farming naturally until one appears closer to your chosen load zone. You can skip to the relevant part of the video by clicking whichever sword you're working toward: Boltcaster, Dark Drinker, or Raised Lighter. Or just watch it all. Alright, for Boltcaster we need to collect Zeptokite cores from Spin Metal. To do this efficiently, we're heading to Skywatch on Earth. When you reach Skywatch, begin farming Spin Metal until they spawn in one of 2 locations, either at the entrance coming from the Lunar Complex, or the rear, near the Terrestrial Complex. These 2 places offer loading zones which are relatively close to one another. Dark Drinker has us collecting Relic Crystal from Relic Iron on Mars. The easiest place to do this is between the Scablands and Firebase Rubicon, just to the right of Patrol Spawn. Farm the area for Relic Iron until a node spawns near the bridge heading to Firebase Rubicon. I prefer this loading zone as the other areas on Mars are too expansive to be of any use. A Raised Lighter requires soliton flares from helium filaments found on the moon. First we need to head to Anchor of Light, which is to the right of spawn. This is the largest distance out of all the areas suggested here, but the only one where you can drive in a reasonably straight line without having to wind through stairs or deal with too many enemies. As a final note, if other players are in the area when you're trying to farm nodes, it will cancel the effect of transitioning between the load zones, meaning that the nodes will just disappear. There are a few solutions to this. You can either try to transition between the zones rapidly to force a disconnect. This doesn't always work though. You could wait for them to leave, you could try to find another area to farm the material, or just go to orbit and then back in. Hopefully you found this guide fairly useful. I know that farming planetary materials can be a right pain, but hopefully this should cut down on having to search around for new nodes. Anyway, that's all from me for now. If you found this useful, go ahead and click like, and if you want to see some more guides and other videos from me, click subscribe. And as always, stay awesome.
We've got trouble brewing.